Leo. What's up, Leo? You know who it is. It's your girl D with 8 House Energy here to bring you your June 2020 Silent Enemies reading. Leo, you know I love the fire you bring to my channel. Thank you so much for your support, your love, your comments. You guys are amazing. I feel your energy and I love it. If you need a personal reading from me, Leo, feel free to reach out. My information's in the box below. If you don't see the box below, that means you need to open up the arrow down there so that you can see that information box. All the information you need about reaching me and the types of readings I offer are down there in that box. Now, this is not going to resonate with every Leo, nor will it resonate with every placement of Leo in your chart. So, with these types of readings that are general, you want to take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay, don't try to make it fit. If it doesn't, just say, you know what, D, this is not my reading this week. Let me wait for your next post. That's all you got to do, right? It can't resonate with everybody. So with this reading here, the Silent Enemies reading is a reading that I came up with because I wanted to focus more so on allowing people or helping people to become more intuitive. Because, you know, since I started doing readings, I've become more intuitive and it's helped me. So, you know, it's my job to pass that on. So what I'm supposed to do is to come up with a way to help you to be more intuitive. And I do it through the Silent Enemies reading. Now, another reason I do the Silent Enemy reading is because there are situations that occur in life and throughout history, famous stories, where we know people who were brought to their demise or downfall by the people closest to them who backstabbed them. It's an unfortunate thing to talk about. You know, we don't want to think about it. It's like, oh, why be negative? Things like that. But the reality is that this happens. And so it's very important that you pay attention to intuitive nudges you get about people who are closest to you. Family members, friends, co-workers, lovers, you know, people that you deal with on a regular basis. You know, it could even be your pediatrician. You may not be feeling them. You may not like their energy. You know, it could be your barber. It could be your tenant. You know, your neighbor. It doesn't matter. Somebody that's in your energy on a regular basis, and you just get bad vibe about them. Now, the thing is that you don't want to discard that vibe because it could be your mom. You know, and you're like, well, why would I get this bad vibe about my mom? Come on now, it's my mom. But the thing is intuition is there for a reason. It's a God-given gift. It is there to protect you. So not saying that you should just hop on your intuition and just act right away. What you need to do is stop, investigate why you're getting this intuitive nudge, and then based on the investigative information you come up with, decide what you're going to do. Are you going to brush it off because, oh, it's just my mother, she's just having a bad day today? Or it could be an extreme case like, you know, some people do experience where their mother is out to take advantage of them and out to take from them or doesn't want to see them happy. It's unfortunate and it happens. So we have to deal with the dualities of life. All right? So, you know, we're not here to, you know, paint a bad, ugly picture, but we're not going to turn a blind eye to the reality of, you know, dark and light in the world. Okay? So, with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out 3 cards. I'm going to read them intuitively and tell you what I'm getting. Now, these could be people around you that you need to watch out for, or these could be energies that you need to make sure that you don't pick up or that you let go so that, you know, you can be more in tune with what's going on. Therefore, you can protect yourself from people who you are most vulnerable to. Because they may not have negative intentions for you. They could, you know, be somebody who just doesn't think properly and do proper things and go about doing things properly, and they could put you in situations where they jeopardize you because of that. So, you know, these are things you need to understand. You need to understand the energies of the people around you. All right, so let's get these cards out here and see what we got for you, Leo. We have the 9 of Swords in reverse, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Swords. Okay, so the 9 of Swords reversed, this is Gemini energy, okay? So with this energy here, I'm getting that you're feeling a release is what I'm getting here. There could have been this person, place, thing, ideology, mentality that was putting you in a position where it was making you very anxious. Could have been stressing you out, making you very frustrated, not understanding what the hell is going on. putting you in a position where you are constantly, this situation is constantly on your mind. Whether you just don't understand how it happened, you don't understand why it could have happened. You're looking at the who, what, why, when, and where of a situation, but you're in overload about it because it just doesn't make sense to you, right? So for some of you, you just got to the point where it was like, you know what? I'm done stressing about that. Whether it's a person, you may have ended things with this person. If it's a place, you may have stopped going to this place. Like if it's a job. If it's a thing, that was on your mind constantly about, okay, well, how am I going to get this? How am I going to get that? You may have just said, you know what? I'm going to let this go. I'm not allowing this to stress me out anymore because it's getting to the point where it's unhealthy. Unhealthy. Okay? So what may also have happened is there could be somebody who you were not communicating with, and they could be coming back into your life for some reason, because the Nine of Swords could also represent coming out of isolation. Some of you could have been isolating yourself because you were stressed and worried, and now you are starting to communicate with people again. Or you may have cut someone off who was stressing you and aggravating you, and this person has come back into your life, or they're going to try to come back into your life. Now, mind you, we got a lot of planets in retrograde, so it could very well be that somebody who caused you aggravation and grief in the past or made you anxious could be coming back into your life for whatever reason. It could be the universe is trying to see if you learned a lesson. For some of you, you don't have a choice because this is a person that you have children with, so you're going to have to deal with this person regardless, But what I'm getting is that if this is someone that you're going to have to deal with regardless because you have children with them or because they are a relative, then what I'm feeling is that, you're going to have to put yourself in a position where you're going to have to find another way to deal with them. Like, this is what you're going to have to do in order to keep your sanity, your mental health, and to keep your vibration high. Because when you're around people who you always feel like, there's an issue, oh God, I got to go over here and get my kids, from my mother's house. My mother is a pain in the ass. She's going to start annoying me, asking me this and that and that and this. Or, she may say something to me and it's going to tick me off. Like, when you get to the point, how when you go around someone, you got to count to 10 before you go in the house, or you got to count to 10 before you step into this person's presence, because that this person has you in pop-off mode where you're ready to pop off on them. This is the type of energy that you're going to have to try to figure out how to deal with, especially if you constantly have to deal with this person. So this is going to be a difficult one for you, Leo. But for some of you, you've already figured out what you're going to do. You're just like, you know what? I'm not even giving you that type of power to stress me out. I'm not going to give it to you. We're not doing this. This is how it's going to go down. Right? Some of you are getting to the point where you're like coming down from that stress. Like, some of you already got to the point where I'm not going to allow you to stress me no more. Some of you are to the point where it's like, okay, I'm at the Nine of Swords, where now it's like, I'm at the point where I'm not going to take but so much more. I'm not going to keep allowing this to frustrate me. Some of you, this is someone you've already dealt with, and then they're going to come back. So, you're starting to get anxious again. So this is going to be tough for you here, depending on what situation or scenario that I described fits for you. But you have got to figure out something, because number one, you cannot be losing your insanity. Okay, number two, you cannot be in a position where, this person gets you to the point where, you're succumbing to them when their energy is not good for you. So there's something that has to be worked out. If this is someone you have children with, perhaps, you may not be a couple anymore, but perhaps you go to a session or two where you can figure out the best way for you to co-parent. Like, I've heard of situations like uncoupling sessions where people, they slowly start to wean themselves off of each other as far as a couple is concerned. So maybe that might be something that you could consider if you really need help. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to pull some stones for you, some crystals, see what crystals you can work with, what the universe wants you to work with to help you with this. But that's what I'm getting with this energy here. This energy here is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is Virgo energy. So this energy here, this is energy of, I'm getting strongly someone who works a lot. Work, 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 work. Putting too much work into something that's not working. Trying to, fix something that can't be fixed. Something that's broken. It's just unrepairable. There's nothing you can do about it. But you keep beating it up. Or this could be this person keep coming to you. This person could be coming back. These two could be related. This could be the person who's coming back trying to repair something that's just not going to work. It ain't never worked and it's never going to work. Okay? What I'm also getting with this energy is just, you just don't, you decided to let it go. You decided to let it go. And this is this energy over here too. So they could be connecting with each other, or they could be just two separate energies, But I'm getting here a sense of letting go, not wanting to work for something anymore, not wanting to put your effort or energy into it, not trying to manifest anymore, because 8s are about manifestation, not wanting to manifest anything anymore. Not wanting to put in, because pentacles represents your heart, or, it represents what's going on in the 3D realm. And if it's not something that you can touch, it's the energy you put into something, the physical energy and work that you put in. And you're not putting in any work anymore. You're done putting in work. So I'm letting this go. I'm done putting in work. That's what I'm getting strongly here. This card also talks about wanting things to be perfect. Looking for something to be perfect. And it's not going to be perfect because nothing is. So, some of you, it's not a situation of, it's like you're trying to put in all this work to make something perfect, and it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be 100% the way you want it or the way you expect it. So are you going to work with it, or are you just going to totally lose interest because you can't get it to the way that you want? Especially if we're talking about people. A lot of you may be in a situation where you're meeting people, but you're brushing them off because they're not what you call perfect. What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you really want in a relationship? What is it that you want in a partner? That is what you're going to have to question. And on top of that, are you able to bring that in? Are you able to bring what you ask for? A lot of people have a long list of what they want in a mate. But what are you bringing to the table? Anything that you're asking for of a mate, you should be able to bring to the table. Well, they got to have their own money. Okay, well, do you have your own money? No? So then what gives you the right to be in a position to say somebody has to have their own money if you don't? Well, I don't want anybody who has kids. Okay, but you got kids. How's that work? Okay? You could be someone who doesn't have children, and you may say, okay, well, I want someone who doesn't have children. That's perfectly fine, because you don't have children, you don't want children, you don't want someone who has children. That's perfectly fine. Well, how you not going to want somebody who got kids? If this person don't have kids, they have a right to ask for someone who doesn't have kids. They don't have to take you because you have children. So it's the flip side of everything. Whatever you're asking for, you need to be able to bring to the table, is the point. All right, so everybody's not perfect. So they're going to be, if you have a list of 10 things, if there were 8 of those things, or let's say 6 or 7 of those things that you could have, but the other 4, you can't. Or you'd have to compromise and negotiate on those other 4 items. Would you be willing to do that? And that's something that you're going to have to consider in reference to, you looking for an ideal or perfect partner. Because ain't nobody out here perfect. Nobody. This 8 of Swords energy that I'm getting here, intuitively I'm getting that this is the intuition card. Let me show you why. You see your eyes are covered, right? You see your hands are tied. But there's something there around you, wrapping you up, right? Because it's getting your attention. You feel something. This is what intuition is all about. You can't physically touch it. You can't actually see it with your eyes, but you feel something. And it's making you think. That is what intuition is. So some of you are starting to really hone in on your intuitive abilities, and you're really starting to pay attention to them. And that's a good thing. That's what you need to do. When this alarm goes off, don't ignore it. Investigate why it's going off. I don't care who it is that it's going off for. See, a lot of us will brush it off. Oh, well, that's my boo. So I'm not going to, I don't want to trip about that. Or I'm not going to think anything of it. I'm just going to let him go ahead and do what he does. And then you end up finding out that later on, your intuition, if you would have followed it or paid attention to it, it would have led you to avoid a situation that you could be in right now. You have to trust yourself more than you trust other people. And that's a brutal, hard, honest truth a lot of people don't understand. Trust yourself more than you trust someone else. I remember the one thing my mother did tell me that I agree with is that it's like, I went to her for a situation, a concern that I had about a friend. A friend and I had a falling out. And I was like, nah, I'm not rocking with her anymore. I don't trust her. So, a couple years later, she calls me back. She calls my mom's house because that's where I was living when we were friends. So she calls my mom's house and leaves a message. Of course, my mom knew her, of course, because we were cool. We were best friends. So my mom tells me she calls, and I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'm not messing with her. Immediately, my gut was like, as soon as she told me she called, I'm like, yeah, I'm not dealing with her. I'm not calling her. My mom says to me, well, maybe she's changed. There's been some time that's gone by. Maybe you guys need to just touch base and see what's going on. Against my internal gut intuition, I called her up and found out she was about the same, long story short, she was about the same BS. So, and I told my mother about it. I'm like, yeah, I called her up, but, I knew she was on that BS. And so my mother was like, well, why did you even talk to her then if you felt that way? I'm like, because you told me to give her a call. She said, listen to me. My mother said, listen to me. I don't care what I say. What your gut tells you is what you're supposed to go with. So this is why I say to you, Leo, I don't care what anybody tells you. You listen to your instincts first. I don't care if it's your man, y'all about to get married. What is your instincts telling you? Don't deny yourself, because this is you denying yourself for the sake of someone else. So you're choosing someone else over you. And you can't do that. You can't do that. That's not what you're supposed to do. And if anybody tells you that that's what you don't trust me, it's not about trust. My intuition told me A, B, and C. So I'm investigating. And you don't have to let this person know that your intuition went off either. But you can definitely ask questions. You can definitely sift around and figure out what it is to quell this concern that's showing up. Don't let anybody tell you don't have a right to question. Don't let anybody tell you that. Because you definitely do. All right? So what I'm going to do for you, Leo, is I'm going to get you, I'm going to pull a Crystal Angels Oracle. This oracle is an oracle of stones, crystals, stones that help to magnify your intuition and to help you to pull in, the energies that you might need to help you to get through a situation. Let me pull your energies first and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Some signs have been getting 2 or 3. Some been getting 1. Let's see what the universe wants you to work with. Now, stones, you can get them online. Damn, they want you to work with 3. Okay, we got ruby, which is, I think, isn't ruby your birthstone? So we got ruby, which says, reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. So this is going to help you to mend your heart in reference to a breakup. This could have been what you were stressed out about. A breakup, a separation from someone. Okay? You could have been trying to put in work to make something to fix something, to make it work, to make it perfect, and it's not meant to be. All right? So you may need to rock some ruby to, generate the energy or the vibration of, learning to heal. And bring in healing energies into you to help you to, not be so stressed out about what you went through. We got emerald here. It says ceremonies and celebrations. It's a time of important life passage It's a time of important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, and anniversaries. Now, this is an important life passage for some of you. Some of you are getting to the point where you are leaving the old you, because we're using these energies from the eclipse. We're still heavy in those energies. The lunar eclipse, which is energies about eclipsing out people, places, things, ideologies, mentalities that no longer serve you, as well as the full moon. They were both on June 5th. Full moons are used as far as rituals to remove any negative energies, person, place, things, ideas, mentalities that no longer serve you as well. So you got triple energy working to help you remove that, okay? So this is about a rite of passage for some of you. You're celebrating removing those negative energies and starting a new phase in your life. Whether it's you leaving a relationship, whether it's you moving out for the first time, you know, getting your own place, moving out from under your mom and your dad. You know, whether it's you know, bringing life into the world for the first time, or, you know, a change in your life in any sort of way, shape, or fashion, where this is like, okay, I'm going from one phase of life to another. So you rock emerald in celebration of that, because it's about evolving. Green is about growth, evolution, evolving, growth. And then we have yellow jasper, control issues. It says, utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. So for some of you who are having issues with people who keep coming into your life who stress you out, people who, like I was saying earlier with this card here, where you got family members that you got to deal with, or, you know, people that you have children with that you have to co-parent with, but other than that, you can't stand the putrid sight or scent or smell of this individual. You cannot let that feeling that you have take over you, because it's lowering your vibration. So you need to rock some yellow jasper, so that you don't let this energy that you feel about this person infiltrate into your aura and become part of you. So now you walking around with that stank ass energy that you can't, you know, that you hate that they have. So now they won, because they've overpowered your energy. So no, control issues. All right. So utilize this strength and power instead of fearing what others may try to control you, because that's how people can control you as well. Every time you come around, you got to adjust your energy. You got to adjust your temperature. You know, you're on guard, like you're on warlike guard, because as soon as this person, you know, they're going to say something out of their mouth to be disrespectful purposely. Like, you know, them type of people that just try to nag at you and pick at you because they want you to come out of character, because they hating on you. Every time you come around, they got something smart to say out their mouth, sarcastic to say out their mouth, rude. They make a point to be rude to you, or say something nasty to you just to make a point to do so, because they're showing their hate and their envy towards you. Don't let them pull you out of character. Rock a stone that's going to help you to temper that energy, to understand it. Like, yeah, I understand. You're trying to control me. You know, because if someone can say something to you or do something to you and it causes you to act out and get all crazy and wild, they are indeed controlling you. They're indeed controlling you. And so, you know, when there's people who say, oh, you bitch, and then, you know, you get all crazy and act all wild, that person controlled you, because they used a word to control your emotion. So, you know, someone calls you a bitch and you don't jump. It's like, okay, yeah, and I've been called that before. What's new? You don't got nothing else? That's all you got is bitch? They don't have control over you. All right? And it's hard for a lot of people to get to that way, because a lot of us are just programmed to go bonkers when people call us out of our name or say something disrespectful to us, because it's an attack to our ego, our pride. But what you have to understand is that is not the attack to your ego, your pride. You weakening yourself to allow them. No one can insult you unless you let them. You can say whatever you want to me. I choose to take it as if it's offense to me. I don't have to care enough about what you think. You can, oh, you bitch. I don't have to take that in a sense where, oh my God, you're disrespecting me, now I gotta go bonkers on you. I don't have to feel that way, because I don't have to give your words power over me. Your words have no power over me. You have no power over me. And it takes a while to get to that point, especially if you were someone who would pop off prior. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that energy as well. But this is what stones help you do. Rocking stones will help you to put you in a state where you're not easily influenced by the negativity that's going around you. It's like you're encapsulated in your own aura of positive energy. See, let me show you how the stones work. See, we all naturally have a frequency. Like, you know, the little wireless symbol? Like, this is you when you go out in the world. We all give off a vibration, you know? Like I was saying, with that intuition, that energy that you can feel. You can't actually touch it with your hands or see it with your eyes, but you have a vibration that you give off, okay? So you see this one here has the two quotes. This one has 2 quotes, but this one has 3. This one has 3 because say we took the crystal, the yellow jasper, right? And you put it on you. You put it in your pocket, you wear it on your wrist, you wear it on your ring, you wear it in a necklace. You know, you just get a raw piece of stone and you put it in your pocket or your pocketbook or your wallet and you carry it on you. Those stones emit their own frequency of what they're supposed to do. So yellow jasper helps you with control issues. So you carry the yellow jasper on you. Now you have an additional vibration. So now you go from the 2 quotes to the 3 because you got the jasper is the 1 quote and then you got your own energy in your aura. So now when you go out into the world, you're emitting frequencies of control, self-control. So the universe is putting you in a situation where if someone comes up to you and they, you know, put you in a confrontational state or, you know that they're egging you on, this frequency is going to go off on you and it's going to make you think, like your intuition is going to kick in and it's going to be like, yeah, okay, I know this person is trying to get me upset. And so we'll bring it to your attention so that you'll start paying attention to it and you won't allow them to infiltrate your energy. This is how, you know, stones work. These stones have so many different attributes and so many different characteristics that they do, you know, and it's like a force field around you. This is why you see a lot of people, you know, you see a lot of sisters or you see a lot of guys who wear a lot of stones. That's because they're protecting their aura and their energy. All right. These are protective stones on my left hand, and these are stones that have other specific properties that I have on my right hand. I also have a stone on my finger. I wear stones in my earrings. You know, sometimes I wear them on my neck. So, you know, this is why I wanted to tell you guys about stones. Everybody goes through things. We all have transitional phases that we're going through right now, especially with the retrogrades as well as the eclipses. And so we need a little help because, you know, everybody's not 100% strong all the time. And crystals are a great way to help you to radiate the energy you need to help to block and shield you from all that negative shit that's going on around you while you're in the process of ascension. Because think about it, when you're a caterpillar and you go into the cocoon, right? The caterpillar is very vulnerable in that cocoon. Somebody could just come by and smash that cocoon. But the cocoon has that protective aura around it, that protective silk, so that that butterfly can, so that that caterpillar can go in and do its transformation and be protected. And then once it's ready to come out as a butterfly, it comes out of that protective cage. You know what I'm saying? So look at your stones as that protective cage while you're going through your ascension and your metamorphic state. All right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the extended. I'm going to get a little bit more information for each of these here, give you a little bit more advice based on the cards that Spirit wants me to pull for you. And that's what we'll do in the extended. So that link is in the box below if you want to join in. If this was enough for you, then I'm glad. If it resonated, please click the like button. Let me know in the comments how it resonated. I don't need to know if it doesn't because I'll just delete your comments. I don't have time for the bullshit. All right, this is to help people who are going through things, not to be in here condescending and be nasty and be petty. We're not having it. We're not having it. Times are changing, right? So let me know if it resonated. Click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already and you're feeling this. And hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when I post for your signs. We got 2 more planets coming up in retrograde at the end of this month. Well, the middle of the month, we got Mercury in retrograde. Okay, again. We'll talk about that. I'll do a video for all of the signs like I always do. If you're not familiar, then, you know, look at the playlist for all of your signs and your placements. And you'll see that I did one for all the planets that are currently in retrograde right now. You know I got your back. Neptune is going to go in retrograde on the 22nd. Now, Neptune is a planet of illusions. All right? People not seeing shit right. They got the rose-colored glasses on, not seeing things for what it is. The beautiful thing about Neptune going in retrograde is you're going to see the reality of everything. That's like the universe just taking off those rose-colored glasses and everybody seeing things for what they really are. So now you'll have the power. It's like, okay, you can't deny that you can't see it anymore. It's right in your face. Now it's like, what are you going to do? What changes are you going to make? Are you going to sink or swim? All right, so I'm going to do videos on that as well. So like I said, I'm going to head to the extended. Come on over if you are a member. It's only $5 a month, not $5 a video. You get to see all the extendeds that I do. You have unlimited access to all of them, so you can check all your placements in your chart. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you in the extended. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, Leo.